Donbass and Lugansk, showing heroism. And we see a great example in Donetsk region. Fighters under the command of Brigada, they were able to break through a very strengthened line of defense that had been strengthened over the last 8 years. The commander of the tank detachment, during his fight, destroyed 5 tanks. On the 25th of February, the head of the Alexei Lovkin, encountered 15 tanks and 6 BMP of the nationalists. And having attacked them, they destroyed all BMPs and 5 tanks, having achieved the goal without any losses. I signed an order to award Haji Magomedov the status of the honor of hero of Russia posthumously. As a real commander, he was protecting his soldiers. Having received a heavy wound, he continued to fight and blew himself up with a grenade, and the fighters who surrounded him, because he knew who he was dealing with. He was dealing with Nazis who abuse people. I'm a Russian person, and I see this heroism who is from somebody who is from Dagestan. And when I talk about other ethnic groups, I say I'm Chechen, I'm Ossetin, I'm Mordvin, and so on. All these 300 nationalities, ethnic groups that live in the territory of Russia. And I'm proud that I'm part of this world, part of this mighty, strong, multicultural state of Russia. And of course, I will never go back on my conviction that Russians and Ukrainians are the same people. Even though that a lot of Ukrainians have been threatened or scared or brainwashed, but some of them, of course, consciously went to fight for the Nazis, those who fought on the side of Hitler during Second World War. The fact that we are dealing with neo-Nazis is demonstrated by the nature of the fighting. We see that there are lots of mercenaries from Middle East, and they are using peaceful citizens as human shields. There are absolutely objective data where they place heavy artillery in residential areas. They are acting in this way, and they are absolute gangsters, absolute bandits. And instead of moving away this heavy equipment from civil infrastructure and housing, they are bringing in rocket launchers and so on into these areas. They are holding thousands of young students, foreign citizens. They have been keeping over 3,000 Indian students in Kharkiv rail station, preventing them from leaving, and they keep leaving them. And about 576 students in Sumy. They started shooting at Chinese students who wanted to leave, and 2 of them got injured. Hundreds of foreign citizens are trying to leave the areas, but they're not allowed to do that. They're being held hostages, and they offer them to go through Lvov, which means covering the whole area of military action. Our military provided corridors in all areas without exception. They provided transportation so that citizens and foreign citizens could leave to safety zones. I would like to emphasize that nationalists are not allowing them to do this. Moreover, now they're telling foreign citizens to go to their authorities, who will need to contact Ukrainian foreign ministry. What is worse still, neo-Nazis are dealing in a really horrible way with their own citizens. They're using them as shields. We know that in Severodonetsk and Lysychansk and other areas of Donetsk, they are trying to move citizens from the upper floors in the buildings to the middle floors or lower floors, and they put some heavy equipment upstairs, and they put on the upper floors, they put snipers, and it was only the fascists, the Nazis, who were doing this in those areas when we fought them in the Second World War. And our soldiers and officers are trying to prevent any victims among civil population. Unfortunately, we're incurring losses, and our duty is to support the families of our people, of our personnel, those who fight for our cause. And to everyone who suffered or who lost their lives, their families will receive insurance payouts, and they will also get a monthly compensation to all the members of their families. Apart from that, I believe that it is necessary to set up another payout to all the servicemen and women who are participating in the operation in the region of 5 million rubles. All military who were injured in the operation will receive a payout, insurance payout, and one single payout for any injury. If the injured person is not able to continue the military service, they will receive 2.9 million rubles as a payout. And if they get disability, then they will receive a monthly compensation. And this has already been passed into law. I also would like to say that it's important to ensure additional payouts to the military and any other departments participating in the operation, those who were injured or received wounded in the region of 3 million rubles. Now we have these military who fight for Russia, for the security of people in Donbass, and for denazification and demilitarization, so that there's no longer any direct threat on the direct border with Russia, including threat from nuclear weapons. We're proud of our military, and we need to remember our fallen comrades, and we need to do everything to support their families and their close ones. And I invite you to respect their memory with a minute of silence. Peace. Dear comrades, I'd like to say that the special military operation is taking course in strict accordance with the plan and the schedule. All objectives that were set are being achieved successfully. The Minister of Defense will continue with more detail.
you okay?
Daddy, help!
I'm coming, son, I'm coming. Aaron! I'm coming, son, hold on.
Daddy, help me! Hurry, Daddy, hurry!
I'm on my way.
Hurry! Hurry!
Doctor, please help him. Is there something?
I'm sorry. He just can't support his weight anymore.
Please, Todd.
The following story is very painful and embarrassing for me to tell, but God has given me the courage to do so. Because what happened next saved my life, the lives of tens of thousands of men and women around the world, and could save yours too. Where I would go on a dramatic journey to discover a breakthrough morning trigger so controversial. It's never been revealed until today, and so powerful it's scientifically proven to target the real root cause of your slow metabolism, unexplained belly fat and premature aging. That, as you'll see, has nothing to do with how many carbs or sugar you eat, how much dieting or exercise you do, your genetics, thyroid, hormones, or even your age. This shockingly simple, effortless morning trigger that you can do right now, known only to the inhabitants of the exotic island in the Indian Ocean, gets to work within minutes to accelerate metabolism and burn stubborn fat. And after years of failed diets and feeling hopeless, in just weeks, made me wilt away 68 pounds of ugly fat from my face, love handles, and belly. Going from
よし、ということでトランプとプーチンのライブは終了しました。また動画上げておきます。みんな見てくださいね。トランプ元大統領が立ち上げたトゥルースソーシャルのライブでした。トランプ自身のインタビューとプーチンのライブでした。また動画上げておきます。それでは皆さん終了です。じゃあね。生放送クルーズってまだやってんの？コメントがくだらなすぎるんだけど、生放送クルーズって。じゃあね。それではバイバイ。